right. Welcome, welcome. Yes. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Inspiration Miracle Call. We have people joining us from literally all over the world, and so honored and so pleased to see you joining from all over the world. Just for fun, you can put in the chat which part of the world you're joining from. I want to introduce Jaina, but first of all, I want to say on today's call, today is literally, this is one of the most exciting, powerful calls that I've prepared for in my whole life. It may not even be as long as some of the other calls. We've listened to your feedback. We're gonna try and keep it to an hour and a half max. But the things that will unfold today on this call, just keep your mind open and keep your heart open for something that can land inside of your heart, your mind, your soul in such a way that seed can totally transform your existence. Okay. So just on that note, to clean up the space, to get room inside our heart, inside our mind, we want to, in the chat, we just want to ask this pretty powerful question to get started. And I'll let Jaina ask this question. It'll go into the music that we're about to go into, but Jaina, who I just love, adore, and respect, can you start everyone by asking this question? You can have them post in the chat and even have a couple people share live.
Perfect. Well, first of all, I love, adore, and respect you, as well as many of you guys on this call. So it is such an honor to be here. It is so great to see your smiling faces. I love this. You guys are so great. So the question that we would like to ask you today is, what is it that you would like to let go of? What is it that no longer serves you at this moment? What is it? Is it a thought? Is it an ego? If you'd put it in the chat, that would be great. And then if somebody has something that they would like to share in regards to this, please unmute and let me know and speak. I know for me, one of the things that I'm doing my very best is to let go of ego, to know when I'm connected to ego and when I go into judgment. And it seems to be like this dance, I'll go into my ego and I realize, nope, that was a judgment, that was my ego. And I step back and take a deep breath and find the divine in the situation, find the beauty in the situation. And it really helps me move back into my center. It really helps me move back into authenticity.
I'll speak.
Great, Ken. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you everybody for being here. I really need to let go of the base of all of that, in my humble opinion, is my fear. Just fear of not being enough, and the illusion that's selfish. We got a lot of background noise.
Oh, hold on just a second. Thank you. Go ahead, Ken. We can hear you.
Fine. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if you heard me, but basically it's just my fear. Just the fear of the imposter. That lie of and the selfishness of thinking, am I not enough? I did a call. I got so blessed to speak to a large amount of sex trafficking victims. And before that call, I was like, what am I going to do? And they've had men speakers before, and some of them are big names. Like if I mention the name, everyone would know it. And they rejected. And I'm like, what is some guy from Boston gonna be able to do if these giants can't do anything. And I remember almost like I was so in my head and I was like, I'm not enough. And I went outside, took off my shoes and just felt the earth. And I just went in and I was just like, I'm trying to write what I'm going to say. And then I just threw everything away and I'm like, I'm just going to love them. I am going to show them what true masculine love really is. Masculine and feminine all in one. And it went so beautifully that they actually asked me to come back and said it was like one of their top speakers that ever talked. And I could really truly feel them. So I don't say this with ego. I say this with questioning of, yes, I need to let go of my fear because that's the state that I want to be in all the time so I can make that impact that I truly want to make. I don't want to talk about it. I want to make it deep and hard so when anybody is in front of me, they can feel the power of the love that's flowing through me, not of me, flowing through me.
You've got this, Ken. And I want to encourage everyone to have it be a statement in the present time. I am letting go of, or, it's already done. That's what we want to encourage, is not I want, because that's lack. And Ken, you got this. You're a master. Beautiful.
Oh my God, I love you. That is right. That's how it used to be, my brother. It's not that way now, and so it is. I miss you, by the way.
Ken, you are so powerful. I know that so many people, as I'm reading through the chat, they really resonate with what you are saying. The fear of not being enough is huge. So many of us feel that. The fear of being the imposter, but believe me, I've battled that one a time or two. The fear of feeling like you're lying to yourself and that you won't be enough when you're there for, trying to show up for other people. That is incredible that you were there for those incredible victims of such a horrendous crime. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken, for exemplifying what's the very first quote of the book. I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you, and love will teach you. And you're living that and exemplifying it. Dr. Naram, man, he was such a good example of that. Such a good example of letting things come up that finally we're ready to see them and heal from them and let them go. I'm just reading in the chat, and you probably are too, Jaina. So beautiful. Claudia says, I want to let go of self-sabotage. Francesca, I want to let go of loneliness and self-sabotage. Alaya, I want to let go of addiction to sugar. Arti, I want to let go of wrong people, fake friends. Heather, I want to let go of control. Gary, I want to let go of my tendency to hold on to things, bringing forth way too much clutter in my home. Clarice, I want to let go of the illusion of separation. Julianne, I want to let go of my temper with my partner. Gail, I want to let go of living small. Maria, I want to let go of my fear. Denny, I want to let go of my pain. Savan, I want to let go of my past regrets, my past thoughts, and be open to heal. Lisa, I want to let go of my self-doubt. CJ, I want to let go of my laziness. Sandra, my worry. Mark, my lack of confidence. Paula, my fear, anxiety, family dysfunction, extra weight. Corey, my fear and procrastination. Anne, I want to let go of my reaction. Carol, my fear. Candace, fear. So many people fear and self-doubt, ego and anger, self-judgment, playing small. And it's so beautiful, so powerful. I'm getting emotional just reading this because I'm so excited about entering this space in this way, ready to let go of that, saying thank you for how you served me, and now I'm ready for something else. This is something Denny taught us on the call the other Friday. She says, thank everything that's been a part of your life. Thank you for being a part of my life. Now, what's new? What's possible to occur in this space of being willing to let go of these things? On today's call, we're going to learn one secret, one very, very powerful secret. And this single secret, it can remove pain in your body, can increase your energy, can improve your sleep, can bring you to your ideal weight, can balance your hormones, can bring you more positive, powerful mindset, can increase the amount of joy and love in your life just from this one secret that we're going to cover today, that Dr. Naram and this very powerful lineage of healers focused on for thousands of years and applied now in millions and millions of cases. This single secret really can make all the difference. But first of all, is dropping from our head to our hearts and getting in a place ready to let go of what no longer serves us. And so, Gary, I'm just going to hand it right over to you. Gary Malkin, Emmy Award-winning composer, producer, one of my best friends on the planet, someone who just speaks and you want to drop into your heart because he's so authentic, is going to share a musical piece right now that he's never shared before in this context about letting go. And, Dr. Ram will talk more about this secret for how, when you've let go, how the healing starts. So, Gary, are you?
Yeah, I'm here. I just had a little, I might have a problem, but I'll check this out. So I just wanted to encourage us. These shares are so powerful. And I want to encourage you to look at all of them. And because they're all fractals of the universal whole, they're all things that we can relate to. And I want to encourage everybody to look at the ones in the chat and reframe them all as I am letting go rather than I want. We all know now that saying I want brings attention to the lack. And we don't want to come from lack. We want to come from I am letting go. So I want to encourage you to do that. This song, I can't believe I thought of it. I produced and arranged this album in 1991, a year before my daughter was born. And, I've often heard, there's a thing we'll talk about later, a thing I'm doing called Soul Song Sundays next Sunday. But a phrase that it's based on is called prayers sung are prayers with wings. So this is a version of words sung are words with wings.
Hey,
so
Gary,
I really want to encourage you to hold your thought of this letting go, and specifically what you've been helping to let go of, and let this song give wings to the letting go. Okay,
Gary, I just feel inspired right before you play the song.
Yeah.
Two people raise their hands. So Daniel and Peggy, just in like one or two sentences, in the way that Gary says, just say, I am letting go of, like this. I just want you to we just hear what you have to share. I am letting go of. So Daniel, you want to go first?
I am letting go of control and fear. Thank you.
Beautiful. And Peggy? Peggy, I don't know if you're able to. Let's see if we can get you to unmute again here. Okay, go ahead and Peggy, see if you can unmute yourself. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello. I am letting go of all beliefs that do not serve me.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. So now in this space, Gary's going to guide us in a very powerful way, how you can let go. So Gary, again, over to you.
Yeah, and again, depending on what you need most, either close your eyes and internalize and feel, or somebody might be spotlighting and allow that to be part of what cracks your heart open. Here we go. I am letting go. This is the artist Pamela Poland on an album called The Heart of the World. It's available online, although it's been around for a long time. And I forgot about this, and I'm really delighted I remembered. Here we go.
letting go. All the times in which I held back, now I'm letting go. For all the times I tried to stay on track, now I'm letting go. For all the times I never lightened, now I'm letting go. Right now, finally, now I'm letting go. Never able to feel perfect and pure, imprisoned by what I thought was right, never able to join with God, always standing just outside the light. Now I'm going, oh, the way right now, finally, now I'm letting go. Right now, finally, now I'm letting
Oh my goodness. Have you ever heard that, Clint?
No, I never heard that.
After all, we've known each other 12 years. I forgot to share that album with you. And it's such a beautiful, I can't believe it was done 1991. Thank you all for going on the Letting Go train. Beautiful. Thank you.
I want to say for the music, if you're interested in Gary's music, you go to wisdomoftheworld.com. Next Sunday, we're going to do the first time ever a certain way you can let go through coming up with your soul song. It's called the soul prayer, prayer song process. We call it soul song. Oh, Gary, let me just make sure you're muted here.
Soul Song Sundays at 12 noon Pacific time. And
Yeah.
it's about taking your prayers and wishes and intentions and converting them into song and supporting the 2 or 3 people we'll get to do it with, because they're all universal prayers. We all want them. We all support everybody else's prayers. So come if you can in the time zone. We'd love to have you join us. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now.
Please do. It's an amazing experience. So that's next Sunday, Soul Song Sunday, next Sunday at 12 noon. What happens when you let go? What opens up in that space? You know, I saw a lot of people saying they want to let go of not being enoughness. I'm going to put her on the spot a little bit, but Sangeeta, who was just spotlighted towards the end of that video, is amazing. Okay. So we're at the midway point of the 100-day course, We're just at the midway point. And Dr. Ram, he never limited the teaching based on if people could afford it. He actually never limited his healing based on if people could afford it. I never, ever saw him turn away anyone, ever. You know, his herbs are more expensive because they're higher quality, but he never turned anyone away. And the instruments are all there. One of the instruments we'll share today is just, it's free, basically. You know, so money should never be an obstacle. But Sangeeta came, wanted to be a part of the course, but couldn't, in terms of financial, she couldn't afford it. So she says, can I apply for a scholarship? And one of the options was, we had a special option, which is applying the ancient secrets to realize you don't have to, you can live in abundance. You know, you don't have to limit your mind by saying, I can't afford something. You can actually apply the secrets Dr. Ram taught, not only to live in abundance of health, but a financial abundance. And Sangeeta started applying those secrets. I'm just saying this because even this week, so normally the course was a certain amount or more, a donation for the foundation to help these orphan kids in Nepal. Sangeeta not only burst through what most other people had paid by just applying these secrets and living in abundance, but this week she almost doubled it again. She's raised between $3,000 and $4,000 and the course is only halfway done. And she's done it just by facing her fears, facing her egos, and applying the ancient secrets of Dr. Naram. And Sangeeta, I just want to highlight you and say, wow, thank you for giving 100%, for giving 100% of your heart and your love and applying the secrets in such a powerful way. Not only changes your life, but all of us who are inspired by you. Anything you want to share, any inspiration about what breakthrough or what insight have you had as you let go of, you know, scarcity and stepped into so much abundance?
I'm little like my words are not coming like just after Gary's music actually. So, yeah. Right.
Well, you don't have to have any words. Your presence, your being is so powerful. You know, there's a lot that we hold on to that's no longer serving us, and a lot that's possible just on the other end of that. And Sangeeta, you're already stepping into it. And what is it? What's the one thing that you wanted to let go of? I am letting go of, what is it?
I think somebody said it like, whatever I think in my head that I am in, but I'm not in to be, I'm letting go of all those ideas that I have about myself. And yeah, the fear, the guilt, and the whatever emotions that are of the head rather than of the heart. Yeah, I'm letting go of all of this.
Well, we could just end the call here. You know, we could walk away satisfied. If all of us do that thing, honestly, the journey with Dr. Naram and these ancient secrets has been exactly that. I thought I was something, you know, full of all my fears, my doubts, my insecurities, my ego, thinking I had that I was worth something because I had done something, like my life was worthwhile because I'd done. No, it's not like that. And a lot of the teaching is undoing what you think about yourself, you know? One of the quotes I love on my brother's wall, he says, your worth is independent of what anyone else thinks of you. And what I realize is your worth is also independent of what you think of yourself. It just is, you know, and the miracles are possible. And when you let go of those self-doubts and the self-judgments and the criticism, who you think you are or need to be or supposed to be, you come to this question, this very powerful question of, what do you want? What do you want? So Sangeeta, what do you want?
I've been like asking this question to myself again and again, and somehow, um, in amidst all these things that are happening, and having this opportunity to do the 100-day course, and I have this desire in my heart that I would want to do the 2 years practitioner course as well. But throughout all, whatever the desire is, the driving force inside my heart is always to be fully awake in whatever I am doing, and the service should come from the state of my being rather than just as you say, knowing or doing. It's like I do not know how to put it in words, but like when I feel it, it's there. So it's just that I want to be whatever I do, let it be the service or the, God's will, whatever it is. Whatever words I put, it's not enough.
Amazing. Sangeeta, you're a nurse right now, or working in a hospital setting. Yeah. So it's so beautiful. Her heart is coming from this desire to love and to serve. And now she has this powerful ancient secrets in addition, which teaches her not just about what you know, not just about what you do, but who you are, your being. And I want to say, Sangeeta, your being is so beautiful. I can see here in the chat, everyone's, Ashley Hoskins says, so beautiful, Sangeeta. Brad says, thank you for that story, Dr. Clint and Sangeeta. So inspiring to hear Sangeeta speak about letting her mind and thoughts go and listening instead to her heart. Sounds like immediate results to me. Namaste all. Arlene says she is so clearly that already. Jody says, Sangeeta, you're so beautiful and inspiring. So in this space, I saw you at the end. This wasn't planned, but I just felt having your presence and having people understand the world is full of a lot right now. A lot of things we want to let go of in the world, but the outer world is a manifestation of the inner world. And so as you change your life, we can change the world. And Sangeeta, having her a part of our life is great because having her reflection on this call means that all of us can not only step into abundance, but you can see it's a non-toxic success. You know, her abundance doesn't come with making shortcuts and compromises. Wow, I'm getting chills right now. Her abundance comes from love. It's a flow of love. It's an exchange of love. And she's a living example of that. And because she's now, you're witnessing it, she's a mirror of what's inside of you, that you can live with that abundance, that you can achieve that abundance without the sacrifice of your conscience. You know, you don't have to do it in a toxic way. Dr. Ram emphasized over and over again, he says there's super secrets for how to achieve predictable, long-term, non-toxic, super success. And that's what we all want. You know, you don't want to achieve success financially, but then have your health suffer, you know, your relationships suffer, the earth suffer. No, that's the old way. Let's step into a new way. Let's let go of that. And Sangeeta's here modeling it for us. So thank you, Sangeeta. Oh, so beautiful. Wow, so cool. So anything else you want to say, Sangeeta, before I go to the next amazing witness that we can share together? Anything else in your heart you want to share, Sangeeta?
Thank you so much for this beautiful, beautiful opportunity. Like, thank you, everybody. I mean, I cannot thank enough for what is being given. And somehow, like, I did not think I would be able to even like collect the donations that has been collected. And somehow, deep inside my heart, this is Dr. Naram doing his work. So I'm really, 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 really grateful. Yeah.
Thank you, Sangeeta. I would recognize some of the people who donated for you, but I know they want to stay anonymous as well. And they're helping, they're spreading it, they're sharing it with each other. She has a whole team of people helping raise money for the orphan kids. And thank you, Sangeeta, for being that example. You know, sometimes life is full of things that aren't so pleasant. You know, sometimes it's hard. And last week, we were honoring Dr. Ram because it was the 1 week anniversary of his passing. And, you know, with everything that Dr. Ram says, any heartache, any obstacle, any block has within it the seeds of equal or greater benefit. And on the night of his memorial service, many of you have heard the story about this mystical dog that showed up in my life. This beautiful dog, Milo, Miracle Milo. And I just celebrated my 1-year anniversary of meeting this miracle dog, you know, and how everything unfolding since then is because of him appearing in my life and reminding me of these powerful ancient secrets that Dr. Ram shared, and that when you apply them, it looks like miracles, but it's a science. It's based on this science, you know, this predictable things that look like miracles. Now, last week, I talked about how in the passing, in the letting go, sometimes things happen, you know, and even one of the letting go processes is death. And so I shared about how this beautiful man from South Africa contacted me to help him with his dog that he loved, Wickus, and his beautiful dog. I don't know if you can see Mika here, but it was hard because no matter, we did our best, and the dog lived. It was on the deathbed, but lived for about 2-3 more weeks. And then, you know, sometimes there's the passing, you know, and so Wickus sent me the message that Mika had gone. And I remember feeling the holiness of how he really loved this beautiful dog, and the love that was going to continue, even though Mika was no longer here. And then this week, I got a call from Wickus and from his mom, and I just want you to hear the miracle that happened as a result of opening up to love. Wickus, so good to have you here.
Yes. Yeah, it's been a long year so far. I have to tell you, Dr. Clint, that it first started. I just was in a bad place in end of last year in December, and the beginning of this year, I just started that I'm gonna make a change somehow, some way, and I started dieting and fasting. And I said to the Lord, please show me, teach me through this fast, make me into the person that you would like me to be, that you want from me, my full potential. And I was excited, you know, got going, everything, and went well. And then I never realized how hard some of the lessons can be. So about 2 or 3 weeks into the fast, yeah, Mika got sick with chronic kidney disease, and we took her to a vet the one Friday or the Monday, and the vet said that, well, there's absolutely no cure for it. Basically, I have 2 choices: either she's going to have to be put down now or later. You're kidding me. There's absolutely no way. She's 5 years old. I mean, her mom still lives with us. Tasman, the other pet, she's 11 years old. There's no way that they have the same lifestyle. Chronic kidney disease, you're kidding. Took it to another vet, and the results, the test results and everything were the same. And well, yeah, Mika came into my life about 5 years ago as a miracle. After my grandmother passed away, 2 weeks after my grandmother passed away, Tasman was pregnant by then, and she couldn't give birth. We took her to the vet, and eventually they did a C-section, and there was only one baby or one puppy in it, and that was Mika. And for some reason, she chose me as a human. She would come sit by me and wag her tail. I was hers, she was mine. And yeah, since then, she's helped me through a lot of tough times. When my dad passed away 3 years ago, just always being there, just always being happy, and always being loving. And she was my best friend. So when she got sick, I started to panic. Still carrying on with the fast, still believing. And everyone told me they don't do dialysis, kidney dialysis on animals or on dogs here in South Africa. The only other option would be a kidney transplant, which I also don't do. And I was desperate. In tears, I prayed and just said, Lord, please, just whatever it takes, I'll do it. Whatever it costs, I'll do it. I can do this much, and please don't let it be this much, but I'm willing to sacrifice everything. And well, in the back of my mind, I kind of knew that nothing would really work. I mean, I was willing to take her to India or wherever for a few months and just try and heal her, try and cure her, because I didn't understand it. So yeah, when I contacted you, Dr. Clint, I never knew how powerful the secret was that you gave me. And you said, just keep repeating, I am love. Use that as your mantra. And as I did, I started feeling it and experiencing it and learning little messages, little lessons day by day. And Mika got better. I sent you the video of her running around, playing when she got back here, wanting to swim, actually swimming, everything. And I just kept believing. And then since then, or during that time, there was all these little encouragement, these little signs which I got, synchronicity. When I look at my phone and it's 21:21 or 11:11 or something like that, and I just get thinking, wow, okay, this is a sign, it's gonna happen. She's gonna be healed. And yeah, it was up and down, every day was different. And you do get discouraged because everyone around you is telling you that there is no cure, nothing you do will be able to help. And then she's feeling a bit worse the next morning, and you kind of think about it and it plays in your mind. And yeah, you also introduced me to Poonam Patel, which is a Reiki master in Los Angeles, and she was there and she did Reiki on Mika from there. And Reiki was actually the only thing that worked, that helped her. Every time after, but Poonam was so in sync and she was so correct. She would say to me, Mika's uncomfortable, or she would like this or something like that. And every time after the Reiki, she like got up and started eating. Even before Poonam called me back to say the session was over, Mika's already been up and wagging her tail, drinking water, whatever, eating her ice and stuff that I gave her. So I really was hopeful, and kept holding on to that thought of I am love, I am love, I am love. And while I was focusing on what I wanted was not to lose Mika. And I realize now that that's not something that you should want. Yeah, we took it to Joburg. The one Monday morning, she was really bad. And it was really on her last. And I got a reply from Kenneth Hubert, which is an anesthesiologist in Johannesburg. And he said they do actually do dialysis on dogs, and I need to take her to Dr. Lebedi in Joburg in Bryanston. And we made the appointment and took her. I was just thinking, thank you. It's happening. And on the way there, she couldn't even get up. She couldn't move. She couldn't stand up to turn around without having tremors and things like that. And that just broke my heart. That was like one of the worst things. I remember just crying, just watching, thinking how hungry she must be, not being able to eat, going to bed hungry. And yeah, to see that that was kind of tough. And we got to Joburg, and then Dr. Lebedi did some more tests, and he explained to me why she could have the kidney disease. It's because one of her kidneys never really formed correctly at birth. And so it didn't really work, and she only had one, and then they had an infection in January, and that just took its toll and completely destroyed it. She didn't even have like 5% kidney function left when we took her in the first time to the vet. So alternative healing was the only thing. I was waiting for a miracle. I thought the miracle would be telling people how Mika was healed by these ancient secrets or whatever way possible. Yeah, that afternoon when we were there, we had to make the decision and we had to put her down. And I remember just like holding her and loving her. And then when they gave the injection, one of the worst things ever was just having her head, feeling her head like bob down, just letting go. And I was devastated. Jeez. Geez. To be honest, I never really thought about it, but this was harder than my dad's passing and my grandmother's, because it was such a long journey, and I did actually have the hope. And I wasn't just devastated, I was defeated. I just felt everything we did, everyone that helped, all the stories, everyone that asked how she was, tried to help and tried to be encouraging. It's just, I just felt completely defeated. So we came back to Kimberley, and last Sunday we had the Miracle Zoo meeting, And you spoke about it because I couldn't. I was still bursting out into tears every 5 minutes, just thinking about it, just seeing anything. I basically cried through the end part of that entire meeting, and that beautiful song from Gary Milken, which is I let myself be loved or something like that. It's awesome. And yeah, just carried on. Then the day after that, my mom was a real estate agent, and she actually went with to Joburg when we took Mika into hospital. And she went to go list this house. She didn't want to go. She wasn't in the mood. She just also really sad and everything. Eventually they went, and she said when she got there, there was this little thing by her legs, and it was a little puppy. Same breed as Mika, same color, everything. And the last thing I ever thought was, why would someone, I don't even want to hear about other dogs, let alone just look at it or see it or videos or stories of anything else. I mean, I just lost my best friend. And so she told me about this puppy, and I kind of got excited for her, seeing that how it cheered her up. And I was like, cool. And I said, well, did you get the breeder's number? And she texted the guy who's selling the house. And she asked him for the breeder's number, and he sent through a few pictures and videos of the puppy. And I was like, okay, one day I know that Mika will come back. Her soul will come back to me. She is my guardian. She was always. Yeah. And about 2 hours after that, my mom got a text from the seller saying that, well, they bought the dog 3 weeks ago, and I don't know what happened in between that time. Around about the same time Mika got sick, something in their life changed and lined up, and they are now selling the house and they're moving to the coast. And where they're going to stay at the coast is like an apartment or a house without any fences, so they can't really have a puppy, let alone a bull terrier there. And if we want, we can buy the puppy from him because he can see how much we loved him. I just lit up, and I actually have goosebumps right now just talking about it. And it was so awesome because I have to show you guys this puppy. Let me see if I can screen share.
Oh, here, I think I have to make you, let me make it so you can screen share. Just 1 second.
Okay.
All right, you should be able to now. Is your mom on this call, by the way?
Yes, but she's not, she's only like looking or viewing it.
Okay. I know my mom sometimes doesn't want to be on the video, but I had a chance to meet Wickus's mom, and she's amazing. You know, I want to anchor in the love of a mother, you know, and the miracles that come through honoring our mothers and our mother's love. And this is one of them as well. Are you
Sure.
Screen?
Can I do it now? No, I need to quit and reopen, so I won't be able to do it. Let me just see here. I have it on my phone. Anyway, so my affirmation was the entire time that I am love, and Mika is love. And I realized with Mika's passing that what I wanted was not to have her be healed, or what I should have wanted is not to just have her be healed and have my dog back. I spent so much time and energy looking for an answer and looking for a cure and looking for some kind of treatment. And all of those hours and days actually spending reading it, I could have just spent with her and just loving her. And yeah, so the thing that was amazing for me is when this puppy came, he had, like, if you guys can see, a little heart birthmark on his
Show
back.
one more time. Show one more time.
The heart, and I was like, wow. Out of all the signs and synchronicities in life, you know, that was awesome. And his nose as well. And now I have to say that he's not only the same breed as Mika, he's the same color. He has the same little gestures and what do you call it? Personality traits and everything.
Is he there right now?
Yeah, he's around here. I'll show you.
So, please do. What a powerful story. I just, you know, Yeah, there's a lot that we could say about this.
I didn't say hello to everyone. He doesn't know what's going on. And there's his little heart. You guys
Oh,
can see him.
he's adorable. I love that. I'm so sorry I'm breaking in here, but I love that he has chosen you as his human, just
Yeah,
like
and
your other dog chose you as her human.
it happened 3 weeks ago when I started praying for Mika's healing. I got the message that it's already done. She'll be good. You'll be good. And somehow people had to adopt him and take care of him for 3 weeks for him before he could come here to his real house and real destination. But he's awesome.
So perfect. I love it.
So beautiful, because so many powerful lessons from this story alone. From this story alone, Gary, as you're listening, what goes through your heart when you're hearing this story about Wickus and the miracle that unfolded of love?
It's funny. When my sister was dying of brain cancer, I had a few months before, after the surgery, and then before she got sick again. And we would take walks. And literally all the dogs on the walking path would swarm at my sister as if they knew that she was that she was carrying a cancer. And ever since she left this earth, I have this relationship with dogs where I literally feel like unconditional love, God with unconditional love, literally is showing up in my path. And I've fallen in love with dogs like more than I even ever have. And there is this quality of being reminded what unconditional love looks and feels like that dogs have the capacity to be and do. So I no longer dismiss any stories about God. It's like Aditi Devo Baba, show up and show me what unconditional love looks like. So yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's amazing how raw it is, how pure it is. I remember one of the things that really got to me was all the times that I really missed out on and not just receiving love, but also from Mika, but also giving it, because it's not a transaction or whatever. It's just being. And I remember she didn't care if I'm rich or poor or fat or thin or happy or sad or whatever. I was just everything for her. And I wish, yeah, I experienced it much more when I had the chance. So that was one of my big lessons. And then I also have to say that on Sunday night, I spoke to one of the vets, Dr. Donovan Smith here in Kimberley, and we decided, well, since Mika meant so much for everyone, because everyone knew her in Kimberley, about her. She had people praying for her, my aunt in Joburg, and you guys in LA and Utah, wherever. It was amazing, and we decided let's do something and carry it on, her light and her love. And we decided we're starting the Mika Foundation with her vet here in Kimberley. And literally, we didn't know what we were going to do or anything. And 2 hours later, we found out one of the people who actually helped us with advice and stuff here in Kimberley, that her dog had wisdom teeth or extra wisdom teeth or something like that. And I said, oh, no ways. You can take him into Dr. Donovan and we'll sort it out for you. Don't worry about it. We'll pay for it. And we still don't know what we're going to do with the foundation. But Friday night, I got a message from my cousin, and the lady that works with her, she's asked me if I knew if we can help somehow. They found a kitten. They spent 5 hours trying to get a kitten out of a drain, and the kitten's leg was broken. And it's just, once again, that law of attraction that Gary said, animals just show up, things just show up on your path. And I was like, okay, well, you can take it to Dr. Donovan. It's already paid for, it's already sorted. Will help. And so far, yeah, everything just fell into place, business-wise, family-wise. I've made contact with family that I haven't spoken for in years after this. And yeah, it's just been amazing. What was going to destroy me was one of the biggest blessings, and eventually turned into being able to actually receive all the love and caring from the universe.
Yes, receiving the love and caring from the universe. It pouring in. Yeah, for you and that was what Mika gave you and gave all of us in this moment. You know, Dr. Naram, he had a principle called a Diti Devo Bhava, which is treat the unexpected guest as if God himself or herself has come. Dr. Ram's master told him, you need to make sure you take care of dogs. You know, so anytime there's a street dog animal anywhere, he devoted his life towards this mission as well of helping animals. And Wikus, you've done this in such a beautiful way. I just want to say thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for opening our hearts to love. And now what I want to do is transition it. Thank you so much, Wikus. Thank you to your mother as well, her love, to Mika. And what's your new dog's name one more time?
Titan.
Say one more time.
Titan.
Oh, Titan. Titan. I love that. Beautiful. Thank you, Wikus. So now I want to transition it into what is it? You know, Wikus said the greatest gift of this was being able to receive more love and to be able to give more love. And really the topic of today is that in a particular way. It's applying one secret of loving yourself in a certain way. And it's one of the most powerful secrets that Dr. Naram shared that you apply every day of your life, whether you know it or not. And it's simple, but right before I go to that, I want to go to Afsena. Afsena, are you there? I know that you're...
Yes.
Yeah. And tell me your niece's name one more time.
Arkavan.
Arkavan?
Arkavan, yes.
Let's see if she's here. I think I saw her. How do I spell her name?
A-R-G-H.
G-H. Oh, Argavan. Oh, fantastic. Argavan, I just want to highlight and spotlight you for a moment as well. Let's see real quick if I can highlight you. Oh, there we go. This is Argavan. Yes. So beautiful to see you here. So talking about how any obstacle, any challenge, any heartache can come with seeds of equal or greater benefit. Afsena, can you just share just in like real brief, like 1 minute, the story of why Argavan is here? And Argavan will have you share just in a minute as well.
I think I'm going to let Arkavan speak because her English isn't very good, but I'm sure she can. فهمیتونی هم Arkavan?
Yeah.
چرا اینجا هستی؟
Hi, I'm Alaban and I'm 13 years young. Like what Dr. Nora says, and I love coming on Zoom because I want to listening to the people experience and learn from them. And also my grandmother better with the home remedies that Dr. Giovanni gave her after the COVID. And when I see my grandmother, she is better now. She is so cool and she is living with us and she is so happy. And I say to myself, you have to help another people too. You have to help other people. They need someone to helping them. And also I help my grandmother. She had a lot of pain in her legs, and I told her, please eat a Moong soup, and she is better now. She can walk. She is so happy. And I say all of the people have to happy in the world, because when the people are happy in the world is better for living for everyone. And thanks for everything.
خیلی دوست دارم آرکاوان جون. مرسی.
Oh my God, so beautiful.
So beautiful. As a 13 years powerful girl, she saw Afsena. And how old is your grandmother, Argavan? How old is your grandmother?
I think 78.
78. So 83 about, okay, whatever. I don't remember ages very well either. But she went to the hospital and then got COVID, and some crazy things were happening. Afsena gave the recipe from 293 in the book and the recipe for Moong soup, had people cooking and making this recipe, bringing it to the hospital in Iran, and then she got better. And she sent me the most beautiful thank you message. But on top of that, now the doctors in Iran are recommending any other family members that bring people, say, can you make this home remedy? Can you make this ancient secret remedy? And so the contagious healing spreads because of this love. And not only that, but Argavan is a 13-year young, powerful girl. Imagine learning this now, how many people's lives she can change, how many people she'll inspire on this planet. So thank you, Argavan.
Actually, Dr. Clint, I didn't know about this, but my auntie and my mom who saw Dr. Giovanni, which I'm grateful for, they have been telling their friends, and their friends have been telling their friends. And in fact, Arghavan was not talking about her mom's mother, who is bedridden. She's very old and she couldn't walk. So they told her to keep taking Moong soup, and also they are all making ghee. Am I right, Arghavan?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And so they gave it to her. They kept telling her to keep eating. And Arghavan was telling me about 2-3 weeks ago that the other grandmother is walking now. She has less pain in her knees, whereas before, for a long, many years, she wasn't able to. So thank you very much, Dr. Clint.
Arghavan, where are you? What country are you in right now?
Iran.
Amazing. So as 13 in Iran, with these secrets, she's a powerful healer. She's an instrument of healing on this planet in such a way that she helps her grandmother to be able to walk again after being in so much pain. So beautiful and so powerful, Arghavan. Thank you for sharing that. Amazing. Yeah. And thank you. And the other good thing about this story I want to emphasize is that Arghavan did that without meeting me or meeting Dr. Naram. She just did it by understanding some of the powerful ancient secrets. And by understanding these secrets, she becomes a powerful force of healing on the planet. And so what we want to go into now is that powerful secret any of you can apply. There's a quote in the book, and the quote from Dr. Naram says this: if you change your food, you change your future. If you change your food, you change your future. And Arghavan helped because she's not only learning it here, but learning it here in her heart and applying it for those that she loves in such a way that pain is going away. Sleep is getting better. Their hormones are becoming more balanced. So many beautiful things are happening. And in such a powerful way in the world in which so many things are happening that it's good to let go of, what we want to hold on to is this wisdom that Arghavan exemplifies so well. And she can do this at 13 in Iran. All of us can do it, with this love. So Arghavan, thank you. Actually, Arghavan, just real quick before I move on to this next amazing and very powerful story, I want to hear from you about when you heard this story about Wickus and his beautiful dog and the miracle that happened. Anything, you can unmute yourself. Anything you want to share about that story of love? I think you have to click unmute. Yeah, there we go.
I'm wait.
Oh, I think it's cutting.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. We just can't see you right now, but that's okay. You have anything you want to share?
Yeah, I want to tell another things. I think all of the people now in this world, the COVID come, and we have each other. We never keep we never so bad because we have each other. We can happy with each other. We can talk with each other. We can and I think in the first time when I come to this call, I get a lot of allergic, and I'm so happy because now I'm here, and I'm so happy, and yeah, just this. Thank you.
Beautiful. So for Wickus, for all of us, no matter how dark things get, you're not alone. And there's a power. Arghavan is saying there's a power from us being with each other in this beautiful healing space. It's so beautiful, Arghavan. Thank you so much. I think I saw Mark, you were raising your hand. Was that a recent thing or for something from previously? Anyway, okay, so now we're going to launch into this. How can you change your life with this one powerful secret? We have two amazing stories I want to highlight. And the first of all, we've had some amazing nurses, Sangita on this call, and other nurses and doctors. And I want to honor you in the dedication of your life to help and heal people, the chiropractors and other practitioners throughout the world, really wanting to serve. And so many brilliant doctors and nurses are part of the training course about how do you apply these ancient secrets to see such great results. And I want to ask Kelly, who I met in Iowa just to share your really powerful story about how these ancient secrets have benefited you. Kelly.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Moving to a quiet room.
Okay.
Not at home.
As you're moving, I just want to say Kelly for many months has been in an ICU unit helping people who've been coming, and the hospital's been packed. And at the end of the day, with the hospitals being so full, you get drained energy wise, you know. And so Kelly, can you describe what before, like 2 months ago, what was your life like, and how were you feeling physically, mentally, and emotionally?
Drained, tired all the time, drained not just physically but emotionally from seeing all the very sick people, which it's much better now at the hospital. And I'm out of the ICU. We don't have as many sick people, which is wonderful. But it was just before I started on the Moong bean, I was exhausted at the end of the day. I would literally come home and go to sleep from being in the ICU. And I started on the Moong bean, and then I had my appointment with Dr. Priyanka. And I did the took the herbal remedies that she recommended. And my primary reason for doing that was because of my asthma, which I'd had since I was a child. And within 10 days of starting on her herbal remedies, I haven't used my inhaler since. In fact, I just took it out of my purse the other day. And I haven't used it since then.
Amazing. Since she was 2 years old, 2 years young,
Yeah.
she was on an inhaler for all that time. And then after 10 days, you change your food, you change your future. After 10 days, not needing an inhaler anymore. What impact has that made on you physically, mentally, and emotionally on a day-to-day basis?
It's really crazy. My biggest challenge now is I'm trying to retrain myself in how to breathe, because I'm so used to just breathing shallow at the top of my lungs because I couldn't do like deep breathing. So now I'm trying to retrain myself. That's my biggest challenge now. But just it's really nice because when I'm at work and I'm going up the stairs or I'm walking really fast, I don't get short of breath. And I'm still taking the herbs that she recommended, and I'll be taking those for a while and doing a couple more detoxes. But the benefit was I lost 18 pounds so far.
I love that.
Which is like the best thing ever.
It's just a side benefit. Oh, this thing, it's amazing.
Yeah, it was a side benefit. Yeah.
Oh, so powerful, Kelly. I didn't know Kelly. She's participating in the 100-day course, but I never met her before I went to Bettendorf, Iowa. And I was speaking at an event there at Rochelle's home. I don't know if Rochelle is with us right now.
She is.
Yes. Rochelle, we're going to spotlight you too. Surprise. All right, good. And then I had Kelly come up to the front and share her story. And it was so inspiring, so powerful that in such a short amount of time from making a single change, now she's able to fulfill her calling in life, to be a nurse with more power. Not only that, but both her and Rochelle are part of the 100-day course. And Kelly, what's one way in which being a part of the 100-day training course and these ancient secrets has changed your life, or what's one thing that you feel like has benefited you?
My entire mood and everything. I'm slower to anger. I'm happier. I feel better. I feel lighter. And I told Rochelle, it was like a couple weekends ago when I had to work, I got done at the hospital. There's like 20 minutes left to get on the Sunday call. And I still got on it just because I knew that just for that few minutes of being with this group, it was going to raise my vibrations, raise how I felt, make me feel better. And it did. It's just amazing. Yeah. I can hardly wait to get on and share with everyone and, my pod, see what they've had to say. It's just, it's such an amazing group.
Oh, so powerful. And
It
I-
reminds me of Lynn McTaggart's intention experiment, where they were like just using thought to change things.
Mhm.
And it's like, so we've got like this global love fest going around the world. And just
Beautiful.
raising the vibrations all over the planet.
And I'd like to share too that Kelly's in my institute, and one day I came to my institute right after I'd met you, Clinton, and shared this information to the institute. And Kelly was one of just a couple that dove right in. She got the book right away and started reading it, and initiated into her life, even though she's so immersed in Western medicine. It was really inspiring to watch that unfold.
Yeah. And it was so beautiful at the event. Even some people in Rochelle's family that hadn't come to any event before came to, and to meet them and to feel like the joy in their presence and the joy of the possibility. I'm going to spotlight right now Ellen Wood, who tonight, Eastern time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, for anyone who's had a consultation with one of the Vaidyas, like Kelly met with Dr. Priyanka, had a consultation, and if any of those Vaidyas have ever recommended a 30-day detox plan, or you've met with me for Pulse consultation, and I recommended a 30-day detox plan, sometimes it's a little daunting, okay, I'm gonna do this thing. And sometimes it helps to have support. Now, Ellen, who's also part of the 100-day course, says, I can help in this way. I'll lead this support group in which people don't have to do it on their own. They can do it with other people. In fact, we have some doctors from India that are also helping with any technical questions. We don't actually recommend you do a 30-day detox on your own without meeting with a Vaidya in advance, because any detox process, sometimes stuff comes up, and you want to be prepared. And it's not for everyone. So if you already have it recommended for you, then I would say join the call tonight. Or if you're curious about it, join the call tonight. And Ellen, can you just share a little bit about the first time you did the 30-day Moong detox challenge and what happened for you?
Sure. So the first time I did it, it was right after my marma. And I think yesterday on the call, you were speaking about how you can have these miraculous healings, but then there's an up and down. It's not linear. And it was time for me to get serious about my self-healing. And so Dr. Naram told me to do Moong Dal for a month. And it was really at that point, I had to do it. Like I had no choice because it was so miraculous. I mean, I had a choice, but it was just so natural to jump into it. The first week was pretty easy, but then it got tricky. And it was hard. It was hard to, people are always offering you sweets, especially at work. I'm a teacher, so there's always like food out and chocolate, and kids bring you little cookies or something. So it's really challenging. And, I'm just really excited to have this group of people to we can really hold hands together and walk this path. There's a WhatsApp group that's already created. And, I loved someone just sharing, look, it was really hard for me to do the first day of this detox yesterday. I can't remember who shared it right now, but I really encourage everyone who joins to be very open and honest about what's hard for them and also what's easy. But yeah, when I did my first 30 days, it went through phases, and then sometimes it got really exciting because the pain in my body just, it was gone by like 90% right after the marma. And then it kind of went down to maybe like 60, but then it just continually got less and less and less. And I was telling a friend yesterday too, the way that I feel when I do the Moong diet is this like clarity, this groundedness, and I stop craving things. I think the Moong is magical because it's like my body loves it. And I just feel lighter and I'm able to be more creative and more effective in my work. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. And I wanted to really thank Clint so much for giving me this opportunity because it's really stepping out of my comfort zone. And I just am so grateful to be able to kind of join with people and be a little bit more out there with you guys. So please, share everything you can. And like Clint said, if there's a question I'm unaware of, I'll just, definitely point you to a doctor. But
Yeah, and what else is exciting is this week, both Linda and Julia, and also Jana, worked so hard. We took lots of recommendations from people all over the world, and we created this. Become a master at making miraculous Moong. So what are the tips and tricks for making it so it's mouth-wateringly delicious? And inside of here, we have so many things, benefits of eating Moong. If you notice, if it's the first time you're ever making it, if you get sometimes—
I have to say that mine is the best, no question, Clint.
So Gary believes his is the best, and actually his tips are in here. If you want to learn, I put them in here, Gary. Then also, if you get some gas or bloating, maybe your digestion's weak, there's some tips for what to do. And then we also have additional tips for making it extra flavorful. So what kind of flavors you like, and then we have some videos of people actually demonstrating how to make it a variety of different ways. So I'm just scrolling through it pretty fast here.
And how do we get that beautiful document, Clint?
Yeah, great question. So it's available for those who are part of the 100-day course. And if you're not, then contact me and we'll try and make sure we can find some way for John to put it on the website. We'll probably have something on myancientsecrets.com, and then some bonus full recipes. My mom's recipes, the secret recipe from my mom, Millie's Magical Mung Bean Soup, which I think is incredibly delicious. And she just refined it, and she makes it so delicious, fresh every day. So that's exciting. There's a lot of things to be excited about, but that's definitely one of the things to be excited about. Thank you so much, Ellen. So be on that call if you want to join. Oops, someone else is calling. They're like, how do I get that? How do I get that document? Join that. Then on Tuesday, we have another bonus call with Lisa Mitchell, which is called The Healing Power of Ayurvedic Cooking. And so we have that bonus call on Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific. So don't miss those two calls. Now, I just want to say thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you for being living examples of this powerful thing. You change your food, you change your future. Now we have, as a final part, some really powerful case. And this powerful case is a juxtaposition of what's possible in your life. Kyle worked really hard on making these videos, and I just want to jump into it. And these videos are now available on YouTube. It's part of the Miracle Story series, and it's a part A and part B. The part A shows you what's possible with some of the ancient science, the secrets of Marma Shakti. And then the part B shows you what's possible in your own home. Even if you never meet me, even from just having the book and just knowing this principle that when you change your food, you change your future. So let's see if I can cue up this first one here. Actually, even before I do, just because it's so fun that they're on this call. Oops, I think I shared it too soon. Sorry about that. Let's see here. I want to see Claudia and Gary. Okay, let's see if you're there. Let's see. Okay, Claudia and Gary, are you here? Let's see here. Yeah.
Oh my God, you look so good.
You look great. Amazing. So we got this very powerful family joining us from McAllen, Texas, talking about love and talking about when you love yourself, what's possible. We're going to watch these videos and then we're going to come back to you. I just want to say hello, Gary, Claudia, Ashley, and Garrett. We're going to share this story. So enjoy this powerful example of what's possible. And let's see if my computer started going a little bit slow. So let me just pull this up here. Okay, here it is. Fantastic. Enjoy the first part of Miracle Story, what's possible. Oops, let's see here. That's actually just a screenshot. Okay, let me try it again here. Okay, let me find this. We need to have a drum roll or something. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, now, here we go. This is it. Okay. Here we go. The opening quote of this book: I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you, and love will teach you.
This book will help to understand what wisdom means and how we as humans can enter into the field of wisdom in a natural way, and I think it will change so many lives.
As you read, each chapter unlocks more and more barriers from your mind and opens up your heart more and more to what's possible in your life.
This is an example of just being limitless.
Gary, I met less than a month ago. And I met him, he came to an event called Legendary.
My husband and I went to a legendary event in Utah. And this is where all this magic started happening.
I did not want to go at all. I really didn't want to go. But I told my wife no so many times. And to basically shut her down for the future, I wouldn't have to do any of this stuff anymore.
For those that don't know the backstory for Gary, he was in over 35 years of intense physical agony and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to find every solution possible. Can you describe when it started and what it's like to live in that much pain?
It was a process that my body went through, and it was deterioration and down and down and down and down, to the point where I was having migraines all the time. I was having nosebleeds all the time. My blood pressure was through the roof, and it took a medical doctor to be very blunt with me. She told me, you know, at your age, you will have a major heart attack and you will die, because at your age, people don't have minor heart attacks. Your heart explodes. And I had to make a change in my life, and I did. I went on medication, which covered things, it didn't fix things.
He has two beautiful children he can't spend time with because he's feeling horrible. I want to introduce your kids to everybody.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, Gary and Ashley.
You know, to look at yourself through your loved one's eyes and to not be grumpy and crappy with people.
Whenever you're in pain, you're not the most pleasant person sometimes. You don't have the energy to be around what we're up to doing as a family.
He's always in pain, so, you know, when he's in pain, sometimes he takes it out on you or whatever, when he's upset or cranky because it hurts, because he'd always have headaches.
Our children watch us and our families watch us, and they see. You know, and when you're in pain, it's hard to be pleasant all the time, you know? And he has to focus on work, and he's going, trying to be independent, trying to do everything. And then something beautiful happened. Came for the pulse consultation. We did the MARMA. He just went through the whole thing. I took his pulse earlier. We did some stuff. Before, it was like a scale of 0 to 10. How much was it in your head before? Like a 5?
Yeah.
He's like, it's a minor headache. It's a 5 out of 10 pain. When he bent, he could bend about to here. Touch you for it. We're gonna celebrate with you. Wow, so good! And then now, pain in the head, like on a 0 to 10?
Like a 2.
Like a 2. Let's give a big round of applause. This was a 7 and a 4, and now? Gone! Then here, the back was like a 2. Gone. The legs was a 7 going into a 9 with a burning sensation, and?
Like a calf.
Yeah.
In my calf is the only place I feel anything. It's just a little bit of burning and it's dissipating.
What did you see before as he was in pain versus now?
Oh wow, I mean, he's a different person. His eyes are bigger, he has a different vibration. The way he was walking, I had never seen him walk so good.
You made a huge step, and now there's a process by how the inflammation can go, and then everything just gets better and better. Who did this?
You did.
No. Whose body is this?
Mine.
So who did it?
I did.
You did this. Yeah, you did it. I was a midwife. You delivered this baby. When there's that much pain, the most natural thing is to go numb so you can survive. You know, that's what all of us do on some level, physical, mental, or emotional, when we have some stress and we don't know how to navigate it. When's the last time you felt this good?
I don't have a memory of it.
You can't remember it. Thank you for taking this moment, because it's like a real sacred moment, you know, to go from that much pain for that many years. You found the ancient secrets. Can you describe what it's like now versus before?
So much has happened in the past month that it's very difficult to describe. I don't have the pain that I had before. Overall, probably a 90% percentile increase or decrease in pain. I still have little things here and there. Dr. Clint told me that, you know, I need to be patient on certain aspects. I'm like, I don't care if I get any better than what I am now. I mean, really, because it's like I can breathe again.
After 35 years of 10 out of 10 pain. First time he's had a month with 90% less pain.
And sleep.
And better sleep. Before, how long would you sleep versus now?
I would sleep anywhere from an hour to like 2.5 hours before I woke up the first time.
And now?
Been able to sleep anywhere between 6 and 8 hours straight.
6 and 8 hours. That's crazy. That changes everything.
He's slept all night. Most of the time he sleeps really well now. And he's been more joyous. He's been around the kids, doing projects.
Now he does more stuff, like play games with us, and like now he's more spiritual and happy and a good mood.
He's enjoying life, and that was my wish for him. He was not open to any of these type of retreats. He would tell me, you know, that's your thing and I respect you, but that's not my thing. He had shut me down so many times that he thought, you know, if I go, it's going to be very loving for you and I want you to be happy.
He said he only came because he thought it'll appease my wife. If I do this one thing, she won't bother me for a long time. That was the reason he came here, in this spirit.
Little did we know that he was going to get a healing from Dr. Clint.
It turned around on me 180%. I got so much more out of this than she did, and she has a better husband because of it.
At the end of the retreat, we left the house, the mansion, and before we got into the car, he grabbed me by the arms and says, he told me, thank you for making me come. And I said, look who's happy now.
His boy, his 12-year-old boy Garrett says when he saw his dad, he's like, I don't even recognize this guy, you know?
Like I was like, this ain't even the same guy. I'm like, I feel like it's just someone, they threw a mask on him to make it look like it and they traded him. Because I mean, it wasn't even the same person. That's what I'm like really excited that now I have a new dad, pretty much.
He has time, energy to play, to do all kinds of stuff, take down the playground.
Recently, we just took down our tree house because we've been wanting to do it for so long, but we never did it because my dad's back was hurting or this and that, and then we did it finally. We were able to do that.
I see it, his true soul coming out. He's happy, he's joyous. He has purpose again.
On a call this last week, he said the main thing is, it's not the pain that was released wasn't the most important thing. Gary said, what's the most important thing is the love that's been unlocked in my heart. He says, my whole what I want changed. Before, all I wanted was to get rid of the pain.
My wish for myself was I want to be pain-free. And it's changed. I want to be able to love better. We're not born into hell. We create our own hell. And mine was pain. The reason he did the marma on me, I don't think it was because he seen me in pain, physical pain. I think he seen because I was in mental pain. Dr. Clint was able to help me release one, to see what the other was and to understand it and to eliminate it myself. And that's just extremely, extremely powerful.
He says, now what I want to do is live in a space of love. And for him to speak those words.
I really believe that you cannot truly love someone else until you can truly love yourself. When you can love yourself, you open your mind and you open your heart and you can absorb everything around you, be it good or bad. And I choose love. I want to absorb that and release all the anger and fear and everything out in the outside world. I want to release that. And he's been the guide for that.
It's like amazing. It not only affected him, but it ripples out throughout his whole family, his whole community.
Because not only our kids, they notice it, my father-in-law, my mom, all my family is just rippling.
You know, when something good happens, we think, well, how long is it going to last? Well, what if it gets better instead of getting worse? This man is a living, breathing example of that.
He talks about being a skeptic. I don't think he could be as powerful a skeptic as I am of other things and other beliefs and other people and myself as I was. And it's opened my world. I mean, it is extremely powerful.
So today we're going to do the second marma. Before, do you remember how you could bend the very first time?
I was about here.
He was like here. So now already just naturally goes right there. So that's a huge thing. So let's give him a big round of applause. And then from here to here is 20. Okay, let's see what's happening. See yourself actually touching the ground. Go ahead and bend over and see how far you can go this time.
Woo!
What? Touch the floor! Nice! Actually, when is the last time you went running? It's been a while.
It's been a while, but it's not because I can't. It's just painful what I do.
Just painful, yeah. Would you like to run without it having pain?
Yeah.
See yourself running with your kids. Go ahead and open your eyes and just run, but they're in there back. Yeah. Yeah. Good. How do you feel? Good? Any pain?
Very good.
Very good. What percent less pain?
95% increase.
95% less pain. Let's give a big round of applause. 95% less pain. Like, what kind of a different life does that mean? Oh, so cool. And if this is how good things can be in 1 month, imagine 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. You know, what's going to happen? His son will say, wait a minute, is this the same dad?
I invite you to read this book again and again and give it as a gift to whom you love the most. It can change your life forever. I love you. Namaskar.
Bravo! Wonderful video.
So beautiful. You know, some people that were even in the video, I think are on this call. I don't know if Nina or if Sarah Morel, I don't know if she's still on the call, if she's able to share at all. But oh, good. Nice. And we got the greatest guy in the world there too. Nice. You were in the room and you saw some of the transformation happen. Anything in your heart that you want to share?
Oh, it's just so magical. And his light, you could see just how much has shifted for him, even in the time walking in and walking out. It's just amazing. So he did the second Marma and you got right up and went running. So incredible.
While you're here on the screen, I want to acknowledge our kids, and her boy came also for pulse consultation. He's there. I call him the greatest guy in the world because something Gary mentioned in the video was, releasing pain it's not even the most important thing. The most important thing is opening to love. And right here we have Sarah, the greatest guy in the world, right next to him. He was faced with a challenging situation. School started and there was a bully that came. And this bully was doing all kinds of stuff that was frustrating, and life happens like this. Sometimes things happen. And what he did was so inspiring. Instead of, usually we fight the bully or we run away from the bully, we hide from the bully. What he did was so powerful. He actually made friends with the bully. And there's a quote from Abraham Lincoln says, "Am I not destroying my enemies when I make friends of them?" And he did it. And so in this powerful way, he chose love. And so I just want to say thank you as well. I'm so excited to see you both on the screen.
He's been taking the medicine too. So Clint, this is a miracle. This is an unbelievable miracle. Atlas has been taking the medicine every day for almost a month. And Atlas used lots of energy and a really hard time focusing, and now never in trouble. It's unbelievable.
Atlas.
Goes to bed by 8 o'clock. He jumps up to get his own medicine. He's so excited. He eats salad. Like, how unbelievable, huge shifts. I was on the call with one of my mentors who's blind yesterday, and just so much emotion. How easy parenting is now. Like, it's unbelievable. I'm still pinching myself, and it all came from that day.
Oh, so beautiful. So the herbs, he's been taking the herbs, he's changed his diet, and he's following this principle. You change your food, you change your future. Basically, those little tablets are really good food. And that's what Gary and Claudia did. Thank you, Sarah. Oh, so beautiful to have you join us. Gary and Claudia, I just want to hear as you're watching this video that Kyle put together with so much excellence and love, as you're watching this video and thinking back over the last few months, and Garrett, Powerful Garrett, the youngest member of our 100-day course. Very powerful. What goes through your mind and heart, and any message you want to share with other people? I saw you in tears for quite a bit of it, and I was feeling the emotion as well.
Yes, he's asking you if yeah. Well, being in the 100-day course is really nice. You get to learn a lot, and also it's a little time consuming, but I think it's getting worth it. I want to learn how to do the pulse. It was a beautiful video. It showed what has happened with Gary and I. We fell. We haven't done the mung bean in the last 2 weeks, and just a little bit here and there, and we really want to get back on it. That's why our health is going to get a lot better.
Good.
Yes.
Well, maybe we're having this call just for you, just so you remember that when you change your food, you change your future. That's good. Well, I'm going to come back to you, Claudia and Gary. Do you have some time, extra 15 more minutes you can stay on the call?
Yes, we do.
Because I know some people are going to leave, and I want to keep my promise to conclude the call, but I want a bonus session of this call where I'm going to share a special video that Claudia doesn't even know we created, but a special video of Claudia and what happened to her. But before that, in conclusion of this main call, I want to turn the time back over to Gary Malkin. So again, we're going to do a conclusion part of this call, but for those who want to stay on and go deeper into how, when you change your food, you can actually change your future. And what does that mean? And what does that do? How do you choose to love yourself? Man, I don't know whose heart was touched when Gary was talking about, stepping more into love, but that was inspiring, so powerful. So when you choose love, and when you choose love in terms of what food you put in your mouth, what thoughts you put in your brain, what you choose to think, what you choose to eat, how can it change everything? We have another really short video to play after this, but I know Gary has to go, and I know some people have to go, but I want to give some time, Gary, that we can have a moment to anchor in this love and choosing love, So Gary, I'm going to turn it over to you. And as soon as you're done, for those who can stay for an additional 10, 15 minutes, we'll do this, another special video process.
This is one of the reasons why I so love and respect Clint, among the many reasons, because early on when we connected, he recognized that when you can give yourself a direct experience of allowing your heart to assimilate heart and soul, that everything comes into a remembrance of who we really are. So I just know Clint's commitment to this has been the result of being a CEO of Wisdom of the World Wellness. So I'm going to use the same CD that I forgot I created many years ago, because this particular song is called "A Place to Be." And again, song medicine. It's a way, particularly given all the sheltering in place, that I know I've been challenged by, which is to really make my capacity to love myself and nurture myself be as powerful and as real as what I have a hard time, which is to make it as real as when it's with another person physically, 3D. So it's really all about a place to be inside of you. So let's celebrate and probably spotlight the place to be that really reiterates what Gary said. If we don't love ourselves, how can we ever be a force of love for others? So it's, again, Pamela Poland. I'll put it in the chat how you can get this CD or this song. And here we go. Just allow the power of music to help reorganize and remember all of our parts so that we're one with ourselves and one with God. Here we go. Use the music as we're entering in to breathe nice and deep. Feel the gratefulness you feel for this community and for this life. Celebrate the beauty of every individual here.
Somewhere love waits for me, in a place that's clear and free. I can go there, I can grow there, a place to be. Somewhere love waits for me, a calm, strong energy. I can breathe there, I'll be free there, a place to be. I've walked 1,000 miles alone, gave up, then made myself go on. Has someone out there heard my cries? I cannot, will not compromise. I want someone to hold me tight, who holds me while I dance in light. I know that somewhere out there in here, there's a place to be. Somewhere love waits for me, in a place that's clear and free. I can go there, I can grow there, I can breathe there, I'll be free there, a place
Oh, that's so beautiful to share after all these years, having forgotten about that work. And may you all find a place to be in the heart of love inside yourself. And if you guys want to join me next Sunday, March 7th at noon, I think Clint might be joining us as well, but it's called Soul Song Sundays, and it would be so beautiful. And I'll put the link up again one more time. Thanks, Clint, for squeezing this music in and giving us a chance to all bond in the heart. Love you. Thank you.
So beautiful. Wow, looking at your faces, and even I scrolled through all the people even that weren't spotlighted. I just felt like this. Wow, it's such a beautiful burst of love, inspiration. I hope you anchor that in. Maybe just close your eyes for this moment. Just close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and capture this moment. You know, this feeling of love, of possibility, of hope. You know. when you're ready in this space, at the beginning of the call, we started about with one thing you want to let go of. What's one thing you want to embody, invite more and more into your life? And in the chat, you can just go ahead and say, I am claiming whatever it is. Love. I am claiming abundance. I'm claiming security or peace or whatever it is that you want to claim in this moment. I am courage, Sue says. I am patient. I am love. Chris and Julianne says. Linda says, I am deep, expansive love. Jana, I'm claiming courage. Bien, I'm claiming abundant love. Gary and Claudia, I'm claiming freedom. Gail, I'm claiming joy. Ashley, I am love. Victoria, I'm claiming the love contained in every moment. Noel, I'm claiming my sovereignty. Mark, I'm claiming enthusiasm. Sarabjit, I'm claiming love. Helena, I'm gonna live from my heart. David, I'm claiming self-worth. Paula, I'm claiming love. And I am claiming I am love. So powerful, so beautiful. In the space of love and choosing love and knowing that it's always in your hands. For those that need to leave, I love you and I'm with you. For those that can stay for this remaining 10, 15 minutes, I just want to share one other video that anchors in what's possible. Not by needing Dr. Clint to be there, not by needing anyone else to be there, but what's possible from just when you love yourself. And when you love yourself, you make certain changes. And so this is the video that Claudia didn't know that we were going to play. Let me actually see if I can bring her up again one more time. Claudia and Gary didn't know we had created this, but this, sometimes people see the Marma videos and they think, oh, it's so amazing, it happened so quick and I need to find that person. No, it's not like that. Just watch this video and you'll understand. You're gonna understand. This is a very powerful video about you. It's about Claudia, but it's about you. And it's about you loving yourself. And so enjoy this.
And how we as humans can enter into the field of wisdom in a natural way. And I think it will change so many lives.
As you read, each chapter unlocks more and more barriers from your mind and opens up your heart more and more to what's possible in your life.
This is an example of just being limitless.
Claudia is a great example of this. I met her and Gary at the clinic when they came to Utah for a legendary seminar.
My husband and I went to a legendary event in Utah, and this is where all this magic started happening.
Claudia and Gary had their own crazy, amazing experience. I remember after they saw what happened for someone who I had helped, Gary came up to me and Claudia came up to me. And Claudia, she says, I think I'm meant to learn this. Can you please help me?
When I seen what he does, it opened up because I wanted to find my life purpose. I have a business and I love the business we have, but I wanted to do something with people. I love what he's doing and I want to learn, and I'm going to take his class.
And Gary says, can you please help me? I didn't mean to do it like Dr. Naram did, but I had to say come tomorrow because tomorrow is when the clinic was. So they came the next day and I realized the clinic was the next day. So I said, come tomorrow. They came the next day. Finally, it was at the very, very end of the seminar and they came on the last day of the clinic.
2 days later, I've been asking Dr. Clint if he could help us, and he did. And it was just the biggest miracle.
I took each of their pulse.
Dr. Clint did a pulse reading, and he told me that it was really hard for me to lose weight, which was true. That I didn't sleep well at night, which was true. And that I had a lot of youthfulness in me still. And he could help me with that.
And then I did the Marma treatment for Gary, in which his pain for 35 years, intense 10 out of 10 pain, mind-numbing pain, just melted away. In so many parts of his body, 60 to 100% gone. Walking differently, even his eyes were better.
Little did we know that he was gonna get a healing from Dr. Clint.
What did you see before as he was in pain versus now?
Oh wow, I mean, he's a different person. His eyes are bigger, he has a different vibration. The way he was walking, I had never seen him walk so good. I I'm just very grateful and thankful, and he's all better, and his life changed tremendously, and mine did too.
And in that moment when Claudia saw the pain of her husband go away, she said to me, "Can you also do that for me?"
After I seen Dr. Clint, I wanted him to do the marma on me because I had pain.
And now in the secrets of Dr. Am, he always says you want someone to ask multiple times before you help them to make sure it's really something that they have a burning desire for. Claudia, she had already asked me multiple times, but in that moment, I just felt inspired to say to her, no, I want you to use this pain as a reminder to change your food, to change your lifestyle.
The last 4 months, I've noticed that I have joint pain, and I would stand up and I would be hurting. I would have to walk really slow until I could just walk normal. I seen that in my mom, but I didn't think it was possible at my age. And when we went to Utah, it was colder and I was miserable. I told Gary, you know what, I really need to do something. I need to lose weight. I need to find a way because I don't like living like this.
And she did. She went home. Her and Gary started together eating the Moong soup.
When I went to the event, several people were saying like really excited about the mung bean soup, that they had lost weight, that their pain had gone away, and I had never heard of the mung bean soup. As soon as we came back from Utah, I bought the mung beans. Since I was in Utah, I ordered them online. So I got them in, and Gary and I started, let's say, a Monday.
And I got this beautiful message from her 4 days after. She says this. She says, Dr. Clint, I am beyond happy. This is my 4th day on only mung bean soup and basmati rice. And guess what?
After 3 days, my joint pains went away. And that was a thing for me because I hadn't had you work on me, or I didn't have any pills, nothing. It was just the food. And that was so amazing. And then I started having all this mental clarity. But I noticed it on the 4th day when I woke up, that I could just get up and walk to the bathroom and I wasn't in pain. And then I sat down on my meditation chair, and usually when I was getting up, I mean, after 45 minutes or an hour, felt like my legs were frozen and in pain. So I got up and I wasn't in pain. And I touched him and I said, hey, guess what? I said, I have no more pain. Who would have thought, just the moon beans?
What Claudia did was without me doing any, I mean, I took her pulse, but other than that, I didn't touch her even. All I did was I just guided her in change your diet in this one way. And from that one change, her pain went away.
The best thing he could have done for me was to say to just I'll do your marma next time I see you. But for right now, just eat the mung bean, because that's going to take the inflammation away and you're not going to have pain. But the pain will remind you to eat the mung bean soup. And that was the biggest blessing. And I thank you, Dr. Clint, for doing that. Very lovingly, you said that, and it made the difference.
So what I love about these ancient secrets is it doesn't require you to meet me. It doesn't require you to know Dr. Naram. Actually, so much of what can happen is in your own hands. It just takes a little bit of aha moment for you to make a change that maybe you wouldn't have made otherwise. Because things like food is so habitual with us. But I want to acknowledge her, she did it. And from just doing that, she's proven to herself that she doesn't need someone outside of her to heal her. Like, that power is inside of her.
If he would have worked on me, I would have thought, oh, my pain went away because he helped me. And I wouldn't have been so conscious about my food, because when I came back home, I started doing the mung bean soup, and the 3rd day into it, I cheated a little bit. And then I was like, no, if I'm gonna do this, I need to do it. I need to be all in. And I said, okay, so what else can I eat? So I had papaya. And then we went through Christmas, and Gary and I ate mung bean soup. We didn't have the Christmas dinner. And I'm down 10 pounds. No joint pain. I sleep better at night. And I'm just very thankful and grateful for Dr. Clint.
I invite you to read this book again and again and give it as a gift to whom you love the most. It can change your life forever. I love you. Namaskar.
Wow, amazing. Oh. Amazing. I think you have to unmute yourself here. And also I want Jana, just for you to get some reflection, some feedback. Jana, your thoughts as you're listening to Claudia share about her journey.
You want me to go first or Claudia
Yeah,
first?
I think you first. I think you first, Jana, and then we'll go.
I've been smiling from ear to ear. My face hurts because I'm smiling so much. Claudia, it's amazing. You know, the power of that mung bean is so incredible. You know, for me, it has been that way. You know, the joint pain is gone. The blood pressure medication, you know, I'm off my blood pressure medication. I'm off the acid reflux medication. You know, I've lost a lot of weight. I'm not going to reveal that yet, but I will. But it's amazing. And Claudia, you're such an inspiration. You know, just 3 days. On the 4th day, you were aware of it. It's so amazing. It's so great. I love seeing yours and Gary's story. It just warms my heart. It's amazing. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Claudia, what's it like watching? Actually, first of all, I'm going to ask Gary, because you talked about his transformation, but I just want him to talk about what he saw with you. I mean, it maybe sound kind of harsh at first when I did the Marma for you, Gary, but I wasn't doing it for your wife. Were you a little bit like, oh man, you know, or maybe you're so blissed out because the pain was gone, you're just happy about it. What was your thought? And as you saw the days progress, I just want to hear your reaction. I mean, even to not do Christmas normal, have mung bean soup for Christmas is a big thing, and papaya. But I just want to hear, Gary, your witnessing of your wife. What did you see in her and happen over these days?
Well, I've noticed her attitude has changed, and she is not quick to anger. I mean, it takes time for that to happen, as where before it was quick to anger. And I think that was fed a lot off of me. And we've always fed a lot off of each other, whether it's her or me or whatever, but we're both right. And, you know, it's hard to explain, but she's transformed in a very positive aspect. I think the problem that she has is getting out of her own way. And, you know, people are talking about self-sabotage. And realistically, I think that, you know, we're all born into self-sabotage because we as humans, we're resistant to change, because anything change can be evil, and it's not, it's just different. And if we look to the beauty of the change, because if we never change, we just sit there and replay history. And that's why history is so important, that to understand what's happened in the past to prevent it to happen in the future. And we can use that in our own life. And, you know, if I keep going down the same path, I'm going to have the same result. But if I modify something, the biggest self-sabotage I think that we all have is like when we decide, okay, I'm going to go work out. And what do? We go to the gym the first day and we absolutely kill ourselves. Instead of doing a little bit and a little bit and a little bit and building up our tolerance, we go in and kill ourselves. Well, the next day we wake up and go, I'm not doing that again. And I think that's one of the biggest learnings that I've had, and I think a lot of people need is it's okay to jump into something with both feet, but do it in a controlled manner, and don't look for results immediately. And pay attention to the change as it happens, and take those little victories as big victories, because once you conquer that first little bit, then you're physically able to move on to the second one, and the third one, and the fourth one, and prevent that self-sabotage from happening. I know that's the way it works with me.
Wow, so beautifully said. So beautifully said. All right, Claudia, I saw you in tears on both videos, and I know you're not only helping yourself, but an instrument of contagious healing on the planet. You know, you brought me to McAllen after asking me probably 20, 30 times to come. And so many people, even on this call I've seen, I know and I love because of you. I've met in one way or another. But what's your thought as you're watching the video and you're thinking about how your life, what's happening in your life? Any wisdom or inspiration you want to share?
Yes, these calls are amazing. They have been getting my heart open, and I've ever since I came back from Utah, I look forward to these calls because I just feel like I'm a better person because of it. And being in your class has been amazing. I've been learning a lot, and going back to the way we eat is not a miracle. It's really not a miracle. You have to eat the right thing, and I can tell you because the last, I think 3 or 4 days, I mean, I've eaten different and I feel different. And I was like, no, I already bought a book of how to cook from Dr. Tom's wife on how to cook different things really delicious and have options and just follow the diet, because I did it for a month and then I fell off the wagon because I didn't follow up with you with what else to do. And the more I understand how this works, it's a life. It's something that is forever. It's not just for a little bit. This is something you have to keep on doing to feel good and to detoxify your body completely. And I'm just so motivated, so motivated to keep on going and to see more of the results, because I'm already walking. I'm already doing other things in self-love, but I need to do more, and I want to do more, and I want to do for my husband and for my kids to cook better.
Yeah, so beautiful. Dr. Ram, he says it's not a quick fix. It's about healing yourself deeper and deeper. And how did these masters live to be 125, 145? You know, it's because when you change your food, you change your future. You know, I remember one poignant moment where we were after clinic in USA with Dr. Naram, and we're sitting in this diner, you know, and it was like 2 a.m. It's the only place that's open. And the waiter comes and he's huffing and puffing and he's working so hard and he has so much extra pounds on him, and he's putting out the platters on people's plates, and it's packed full of all this meat and potatoes and gravy and everything drenched in this big chunks of bread, wheat bread. And Dr. Ram's looking at all the food that people are eating and seeing like all the people in the diner, you know, they're not exactly walking pictures of health. And he made this comment to me. He's like, oh, this is probably why in your country, people feel old at 50 and think they need to retire at 55. You know, for him, that's still a baby age, you know. In fact, the people who are working on translating the manuscripts, the ancient manuscripts in which a lot of these secrets came from, I remember the youngest one was like 105 or something like this. And they called him the baby, you know. In fact, when they would argue over what the manuscript meant, they say, what do you know? You're just a baby. He's 105. You know? So what's possible when you change your food? You know, you can change your future. And Claudia, thank you in this space for being a witness in your own self that power is within you. Even when you fall off the bandwagon, you know, because you're the only one that chooses what food goes in your mouth, you know, what thoughts go in your brain. And so even in this moment of recognizing again, I want to choose to love myself. I want to choose to love myself by what I put in my mouth, what I put in my brain. I want to make choices, and to make that choice over and over again is a lifestyle. Why not make it a lifestyle to love yourself? You know? So thank you so much, Claudia and Gary. I'm just reading through the chat on the side, and so many people are sending you so much love from all over the world. Thank you for continuing to be an instrument of contagious healing on the planet, you and Garrett and Ashley, in such a powerful way. Any final thoughts you want to share? Oh, let's see. Lots of people were asking how they can get those videos to share them. I put the links to those 2 videos in the chat. And so anyone you know needs inspiration in one way or another, please share those videos. They're also on Dr. Ram's YouTube channel, but I put them in the chat.
Thank you so much for being part of our life, Dr. Clint, and all of you that are in the 100-day course. It's been amazing, and it's life-changing. Thank you so very much again.
And one more thing. So to give everybody an idea of the love that my wife has in her heart. You came down to McAllen about a month after we seen you in Utah, and you didn't do the Marma honor because you wanted her to learn. Well, it was her opportunity. She was booked. It was her opportunity to have her Marma. And she has so much love in her heart that she gave up her Marma, her pulse read, for one of her friends' father. That's absolutely beautiful. Not everybody would do that.
Oh, thank you for your love, Claudia. Thank you for your love, Gary. Thank you, Garrett and Ashley. I hope you guys just all feel hugs from people all over the planet. We love you. We're with you and looking forward to continuing the journey of healing deeper and deeper. In conclusion on this call, I just want to go back to that the point of the whole call is, first of all, two things. You know, I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you. Love will teach you. How is love teaching you? And what did love teach you today? In the chat, I just want you to put, what did love teach you today? You know, from today's call, what did love teach you? In the chat, just put one of those things. What did love teach you? Now, I'll have a couple people just share. I'll go to Arlene. Arlene, what did love teach you today? I'm just curious. And then we'll just do this for 2 minutes and then we'll close. Arlene, what did love teach you today? It didn't teach you how to unmute the microphone yet.
There we go. Hello, I'm sorry.
There we go. There we go.
You know, Dr. Clint, I work temporarily right in a diner, and I see that all the time, and I can't tell you how my heart breaks when I'm just wondering if you could leave me with some words. You know, I recommend things to people. I had a man who had a heart attack 2 or 3 weeks prior and came in and was eating a cheeseburger with bacon and French fries, and I'm like, so if you could share some words of wisdom with me while I'm out there in the field, I would love that.
Thank you, Arlene. We all see people that we love, whether it's at work or our own family, that are making choices. And the tricky thing is to allow them to make their choice and allow their soul to go on the journey. You know, one of the powerful things about Claudia is she was asking for help, you know, and she not only asked, but passionately. And so part of it is honoring each soul and each soul's journey. You know, many of us, even we see those that we love the most. Like on the call, my mom is on the call right now, you know, and the fact that her birthday was just last week. For the whole month before her birthday, she was eating Moong 2-3 times a day, you know, but it didn't start like that. You know, she was always open, always loving, but it took time. And so the best thing you can do is share stories, invite people to this, you know, Sunday miracle call. Maybe we can create little cards. You say, hey, I think you'd really enjoy this. You know, you just invite people with love and then allow them to make their own choice. You know, that's a really powerful thing, Arlene. I'm grateful you brought in this space because it's not only at work, but also people that we love. Padmalaya, what did love teach you today?
I was really struck by the presence of the children today.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated that. And it reminds me of how children can be such an inspiration for us to be healthy. So we can be there for them as guides in their lives and all those wonderful things, but also how children can really have their own wisdom to share with us. And they're such an important element. And you know, for people, maybe we don't have our children always, or they're not in the home, but there are children everywhere, grandchildren, etc. If you just look around, there are children everywhere. And it was such a delight to see them think about their role.
Oh, so beautiful. Speaking of children, Garrett touched my heart so much. At the clinic in McAllen, he sold more than 40 books, raised more than $800 for the orphan kids. And then when I left, he said, send me 40 more books. He's going door to door, knocking on doors. He's like, sometimes people don't open the door, but basically if they open the door, I'm going to sell them the book. You know, not only that, but also it was so beautiful. When I was in Texas, also we got invited by Eric to go to Ennis, Texas. He invited the whole community and he made these little cards. And on the card, it has on the back, it has those 3 questions about, discovering your life's purpose. It has a QR code that leads to this miracle call. It has another QR code that leads to the book and another one. And it's just so cool. So maybe I should send some of these to you also, Arlene. You can just give them to people, but people, when you start to ask the question, how can I love more? What can I do? Then all kinds of answers will come to you. I didn't come up with those ideas. They did. I didn't teach them. I just loved. And in that space, love taught them what to do. It's so beautiful. Oh, Garrett, you're there again. I just want to, since you're there, yes, I just want to acknowledge you. Padmalaya was saying how cool it is to have your presence. Oh, I think I pressed the wrong video. Let's see here. Did I spotlight you? Let's see if it worked. Well, Padmalaya, I totally agree on the power of that. And I don't know if we'll see if this is working. Oh, there we go. Garrett. Yes. Thank you for your presence. Also Atlas and the other kids. Garrett, I want to hear from you. What did love teach you today? You may have to unmute yourself. Oh, there we go.
What did love teach you today? Well, love is teaching us a lot of stuff. By being able to love each other and love my parents and how they can love me too. There's a lot, like, I've seen a change in both of them. Because before my mom met Dr. Joe, then she met you. And with those 2 things, it's been helping them a lot. And thank you for helping them a lot.
So beautiful. All right, let's go to one more person. Nina, what did love teach you today?
Love taught me to be just love. When you start from the heart of control, because we all have learned at a place that we want to control somebody to love, it actually becomes a resistment. It bounces back to you. That's what I love. So what I started learning is just give your love from your heart and let it be, because it's like you just said, it's other person's experience and it's other person's journey. So you can't control them, but all we can do is we can show our love that we love them and just surrender to it. And I have seen miracles day after day when I've started doing that. So thank you, Clint.
Oh, so beautiful. Going along with that, along the lines of that, I just want to ask Kyle,
what's up?
Yeah, Kyle's the one that made those awesome videos. Yay! And did
what's happening?
We didn't get a chance to give awards yesterday, and I wasn't planning on doing this, but I just want to say Kyle has been giving 100% in everything. Also, when he hugs people, he gives 100%. Because on the tours, usually people, that's what they remember the most is the hug they got from him. But the videos you're making are so powerful. I'm giving you the 100% award from Dr. Naram, along with the love bracelet from the kids in the park. I'll make sure you get this. But what did love teach you today?
Oh, thank you.
Kyle, what did love teach you today?
Well, let's see. Love's been teaching me a lot lately, especially in this 100-day course. I'd say what I put in the chat for today, just during the beginning of this call, during Gary's beautiful music, I feel like love was really teaching me to, hit a new level of quieting my mind. There's been a lot of thought of just like future things, future timelines coming in, traversing the unknown, potential concerns and worries of just really hitting that next level of quieting the mind, opening my heart more and more to just unconditional trust, and just to allow miracles to take place, and to have some gratitude for reflection of already the awesome things that are taking place in my life. So love just wanted me to drop deeper into the forever now and remember, like, dude, life's awesome right now. Remember that. And it's going to continue to be magical in all these different ways as you're, taking the right action steps and continuing to work on expressing your full authentic self, and of truly listening to your intuition to follow your heart wherever that leads you, and to just make that decision and go.
Wow. So beautiful. So well said. I just want to say today we have at 6:30 p.m. If you want to love yourself in terms of 30-day detox, you can join that special call. On Tuesday, we have the special call. It's called, the book that Lisa Mitchell wrote is called Sacred and Delicious, a modern cookbook on Ayurveda cooking. You can join that call. We'll have a special call on Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific. there's so many people. If you want to, I'm personally going to save the chat from today about everything that love taught us. You know, it's so powerful. But we go to one more person. Marcel, if you want to just share, I see you raising your hand. What did love teach you today?
Yeah, I just wanted to share real quick. One, it's good to see Gary and Claudia. That is awesome. I'm so happy for you. And through all this, what love taught me is that love is always working, even when we don't think it is. But love is always working its magic. And that's all I wanted to share.
So beautiful, Marcel. Even when we don't think, you know, that story with Wickus. How is love working? You know, when his best friend passed away, how is love working? And then just to see that love was working all along, you know, in so many beautiful ways and in such a powerful way. You know, there's someone who is one of the house guides that I've never been able to introduce because she's always come at the times, but she's working so hard. But she's an embodied example of love. And I just want to see if let's see if I can spotlight her right now. Sarita, can you start your video? You just came at the end of one of the most beautiful sessions, and we went over 2 points. We talked about the quote at the beginning of the book. I didn't come to teach you, I came to love you, and love will teach you. And then we shared a really powerful point, which is when you change your food, you change your future. That's one of the ways in which you love yourself. Now, Sarita is one of the house guides for Amrapali House. And this last week, she shared many stories about her time with Dr. Naram in such a way that it really changed our hearts. It touched our hearts in such a beautiful way. Anything, Sarita, you want to share in this call in the space of those two things? Actually, the question we've been asking people is, what has love been teaching you? And what has love been teaching you, Sarita?
Beautiful. I think love has been teaching me to actually surrender, trust. Is that they're the main things. It's just trust. And I think that's what love teaches you, for me, is just to trust the process, trust, you know, what's going on, trust the divine plan, because it's so much often, and this is what I've actually experienced, is it's so much more magnificent than we could ever fathom. So I think that's what love has taught me, definitely, yeah.
Wow, so powerful. If anyone wants to see that special call, Amrapali House Call with Sarita, I would highly encourage you to watch it if you're part of the 100-day course. Sarita, man, it's just so rare to have you on. You just finished a clinic day. Anything like when you're seeing people, patients, one-on-one, and you're feeling, you know, Dr. Naram, you're just anything as you're with people and you're thinking about what you learned from Dr. Naram, any other wisdom or insight you can share for so many people who are practitioners, and this will be the last thing that we share on this call today, but any wisdom or insight you want to leave us with?
You know, from Dr. Naram, it was that food is the first medicine. So really being mindful of how you're eating. It's really that food is the first medicine, but also from my time with learning from Dr. Naram, it was a story I came across about Mahatma Gandhi, if I can share that.
Please, yeah.
So it was basically, it was from the book, Paramhansa Yogananda's Autobiography of a Yogi. And Paramhansa had gone to see Mahatma Gandhi, and it was on a day in which he was observing silence. And so they were all sitting there, and they were given their food. And part of the food was neem chutney. So neem was given in those days because it's anti-parasitical. So it's, you know, it's really clearing the gut, and it would be given medicinally. And when the Paramahansa Yogananda saw this, he said, you know, he said in the book that he remembered his childhood because they were forced to take this chutney, and it was so highly bitter that they would have to hold their noses and quickly take the chutney and quickly swallow, and it was, you know, it would make him reach. So he saw this chutney and he thought, oh my, you know, this takes me back to my childhood. And so and this is a yogi, so he quickly takes the chutney, quickly eats it, washes it down with some water, and he starts eating his food. And then he looks over at the Mahatma, and the Mahatma is relishing this neem chutney with every bite he's taking. And he's just blown away. And he said, you know, he realized that this is someone who had not just mastered his mind and his body, but the most powerful thing, which is our gustatory sense organ, the tongue. He'd mastered, you know, the taste buds. And that really stuck with me because it was, you know, this was someone who had mastered, you know, because it's so easy to give into our taste buds. And I often say to people, you know, do you want to be a slave to your tongue, to your taste buds, or do you want to master your taste buds? So that kind of stuck with me. And I think that always helps people rethink what they're going to, if they're kind of, you know, they want that chocolate sundae or something. So yeah, that always sticks with me. And also with Dr. Naram, he always had anecdotes. So if you do go out, and eat, and he always enjoyed pizza, and you know this, Clint, and the gelatos, and the next day he'd make Moong soup. There was always an anecdote. So he would always then give his body the space to digest those foods. And yeah, so that's the last bit of advice I think I'd give.
So perfectly timed, Sarita. So glad you could join us, and thankful for everyone. I just want everyone, you can unmute yourself now, and in this space you can say, I love you and I'm with you. I love you.
I love you and I'm with you.
I love you and
Love
I'm
you and I'm with you.
Love you and I'm with you. And I'm with you.
Say I love you.
And I'm with you.
Love you.
Love you and I am with you. Love you and I'm with you.
Love you.
I love you and I'm with you. Love you and I'm with you. And I'm with you. Love you and I'm with you.
Love you.
Love you and I'm with you. Love you and I'm with you.
Love you.
Love you and I'm with
You
you.
and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with you.
Eu estou com você. Love you.
Bye everyone.
Eu amo você.
Love you and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with you. Look forward to see some of you tonight, 6:30 p.m. Otherwise, the bonus call on Tuesday. Otherwise, next Sunday, we have another very powerful inspiration call for those who are part of the 100-day training. Week 8 will be awesome as well. We have Dr. Moksha from Berlin, who will be teaching another lesson on diet. We'll go deeper and deeper into the diet secrets. I love you and I'm with you.